Nobody, nobody prepares you for the sheer amount of weight that potentially crushes you once you graduate high school. Nobody really prepares you for that shit. There are far more people who didn't have things set up for them as opposed to people who had a path laid out for them that all you had to do was just wake up and follow it. And that's nothing against the people who had that. You didn't ask to have something laid out for you, just like a lot of people did not ask for, their path to be paved with shit, barbed wire, and fucking fentanyl. But speaking for the common person, it's like, after you graduate high school, your life is now completely in your hands. And the structure that you once known, you can either take what you've learned and apply it to the average structure of today's society, which is get a job, go to work, have kids, maybe get married, die, pay bills until whatever, go on a vacation, once or twice a year, if you can afford it, and then die when you get older.
I think it is true that people have obviously it's true that people have paths laid out for them at different levels to that, but it does take dedication no matter how much your thing is set up for you, you know what I mean? And yeah.
But that was what it was supposed to be. But now it's like, you can't even afford to do it. You can't even afford to think nowadays. You feel me? You can't even afford to think about you see.
This is another point that I want to talk about at first, but I forgot to. Is that he was saying that once you graduate high school, your life is basically entirely in your hands and you choose what you make of it. Therefore, your bad habits that you may have gotten from being like a kid or from relationships, yada yada, bad habits and bad ways to respond to things, that's your responsibility to fix it, no matter how dire it is, because everyone has dire, or not everyone has dire, but there are dire situations where it's like trauma and stuff, you know what I mean? But it's up to you to learn to cope with that properly and stuff like that, and not let it affect other people and affect your life, you know what I mean? It's all in your hands.
What I'm saying? And so what happens is when you get so emotionally charged, because even the hardest, toughest motherfuckers are gonna act like they don't have emotions. Those are the ones that are the most emotional. They just keep it locked away until something happens. Like, you always see like, oh, you should never mess with the quiet one. The quiet ones is who you gotta worry about. There's some merit to that. There's some truth to that, because they keep it locked up better than anybody else. So much so to the point to where they don't show any emotion at all. You feel me? And so when you get so charged up, when your nervous system gets so fucking shocked, eventually you just stop doing anything. If you've ever found yourself in a position to where you just get up and you don't feel like doing anything, I know it's very easy to say, oh, that's depression. It's not always the case. Sometimes your nervous system could be so fucking exhausted that your body, even though your mind and body aren't on the same level. So even though your body may want to go, your mind may want to not do anything. Even though your mind may wants to go, your body just does not want to move. You see what I'm saying? And this is a
That's exactly what happened to me today, bro. I woke up at 8 and then I was kind of sick, and then I was trying to make some videos here, and then I laid in bed the whole day, and then I got up at 6 p.m. even though I woke up at 8, and then now I'm making videos. It's 11:30 p.m. right now, so yeah. But I don't think it is depression. I think is it could be what he's saying. You know, I mean, there's merit to that. I'm glad he said that, because now that's awakening me to it. Because then it's like, I don't know if I have high functioning depression or whatever. Because outside I'm fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's a good way to look at it. I'm not sure which one I have, to be honest.
another reason as to why people are so lost in nostalgia of their past, because yes, if you were to go back to your high school days, to your middle school days, you would still face the same problems that you faced then, right? The same issues, the same, peer issues, parent issues, life issues, all of these things that at the time felt like the fucking weight of the world was on your shoulders, right? Only to grow up and realize it was really nothing, but your mind was.
Yeah, see, it's all about perception, because when you're younger and you have these problems, that's all the problems you faced, right? But then when you become an adult, then the problems are probably like up here. So then looking back on like your younger days, it looks like your issues back then were not as big, but it's just about how you perceive it, you know what I mean? Because in high school, that was your whole entire world, you know what I mean? But then now, when you're an adult, like maybe bills, yada yada yada, those are your entire world, you know what I mean? So it's like all about perception because you're looking at this back as a smaller, less important issue because now you're older, you have more responsibilities, and like the whole world unlocked. You know what I mean?
You weren't mature enough to really understand how much easier life is now as opposed to how much fucked up it's gonna get in the future. You see what I'm saying? How much more fucked up it's gonna get, I should say. And so if you had the opportunity, you could go back and you would be like, yeah, this is this, but you're only hoping to go back with the knowledge that you have now. You'd still be the same little kid dealing with bullies, dealing with girl problems, boy problems, puberty, all kind of shit. And so even though that's impossible, it still comes back to my main point, which is nobody ever prepares you for this shit. You know?
See, videos like this, because I'm a high schooler, you know what I mean? So videos like this, they kind of scare me that like, oh, it's gonna get worse. But at the same time, it's like I should try to stop stress, or I should stop stressing about my present and just enjoy it. Because like obviously it's gonna get worse. I'm gonna get more responsibilities, yada yada. I just need to enjoy it right now. Stop stressing myself out. You know what I mean? So I guess in a way it helps me in a positive way. But let me know how it affects you guys. You know what I mean? Like hearing people talk about growing up like this and how like adulthood is and stuff. Let me know.
Nobody ever prepares you for how aggressive life is, especially if you're not winning. And it's crazy because at a moment's notice, you could just decide, I want to start winning at life. I want to start winning at life, and then just go for it, right? Just go for it. Just make it happen. Start making some more money. Cut off some people. Cut yourself off. Cut the older version of yourself off. Develop a new character, and just move through life that way. just move through life that way, you know? And then hopefully and inevitably, because inevitably you'll get what you want. It may take some time, but inevitably you'll get what you want, because I don't believe anybody who goes out here, works really hard, dedicates themselves to a craft, I don't believe that they don't get what they want eventually. I understand, oh, you can work so hard and never get it. I don't believe that. I believe if you work hard and you are smart about your movements, you'll get what you want.
I disagree and agree with him, you know. But what I wanted to say is because that reminded me of a quote I know. It's this quote. It says, success, no, opportunity is when, no. Success is when opportunity, no, what the hell? Success is when opportunity meets preparation or something like that. So, it's a good way to think about it, how he's thinking about it, where like if you work hard, you can't fail. You know what I mean? If you play it right, then you can't fail. That's a good way to look at it. And I think for the most part, that is true. But in some cases, like some people are just really, really unfortunate. You know what I mean? But that's just how I see it. I don't know.
Maybe it may not be to the percentage of what you want, but you'll still get it. I believe that. But still, all in all, it's like nobody really prepares you for this shit, man. Nobody prepares you for how aggressive life is, because nobody prepared them. And it's like this never-ending ball of suffering unless you do something about it. And most people don't even believe that their life could be better than what it is now, because all they know is suffering.
Yeah, that's really interesting. Like that's a incredible way to link it. Like that's an incredible way to think about it and look at it. Not gonna lie, really eye-opening to me. But let's get into the next video.
Every young person needs to hear this. Don't fuck it up. Listen, when you see like homeless people on the street, people who are in terrible financial situations, people you look at like, how did you end up like that? It's because like they were normal one day, bro. They were you. And they took a wild turn for whatever reason. And sometimes you never make it back. Right now, if you're listening to this and you haven't jacked it up and you're normal. I'm not saying you're rich, I'm saying you're normal. Say you living with your mama and daddy. I don't care if they live in paycheck to paycheck. Don't party too much. Don't get too close to alcohol. Don't do any hard drugs. Don't get a DUI. After the age of 18, stop getting into fights. Wear protection. Like these things that sound like so, like some people are rolling their eyes right now. Of course, John. No, you don't understand. The people who you look at like, oh my God, their life.
Yeah, that's true though. Because like for me, I'm like, duh, it's obvious, right? But I have a lot of my friends, they smoke now. They vape hecka often. So that's spending money and it's like bad for your lungs, right? And they share it with hella other people and they all put their mouths on it, they all inhale it. That's like bacteria spreading and stuff. And they do like weed and stuff and they're just like all out of it a lot of the times. And it's like I don't like any of that, you know what I mean? But I still go out with them. I don't fall for peer pressure. I feel like that's a strong skill that I have. I'm very strong in my morals, I feel like, so I'm never gonna get peer pressure like that. But just seeing my friends from like middle school and elementary school and stuff like that, like doing those things, it's like that kind of sucks to me because those are dangerous things that are very like overlooked nowadays. You know what I mean? It's not seen as a horrible thing. It's just seen as normal having fun. But like you shouldn't need that to have fun. You know what I mean? That's my opinion on it.
Life is so bad. All they had to do, a lot of them. Now, don't get me wrong, some people start in bad situations and never get out. But there are so many people who just fully messed up and never got back because it's hard to get back. Don't fuck it up.
Yeah, to be honest. I was just thinking about what he was saying at first, where it's like after you get to 18, don't get into fights and stuff. Also, after you don't, or after you're 18, don't steal nothing. You know what I mean? I have friends like they hang out. Their hangout is going to the store and they see who can steal more items. Like it's actually crazy. And you know, they're like 16, so they still have time. You know what I mean? But when you hit 18, like that's serious. Like even more. You know what I mean? And you just gotta stop that. So I mean, get it out while you're young, I guess. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Growing up sucks, but adults never really elaborate on why until it hits you like a truck when you're about 18. So if you graduate high school and you're like the average Joe Schmo and you don't have like a 4.2 and you don't have like a scholarship for sports or whatever, you're just an average dude. You get out of high school and you realize you have four options. Go to your dead end job that's making like 15 bucks an hour until you either die or go homeless. Or you can OD in a strip club bathroom being a commissions based salesman for like, I don't know, motor oil or whatever. Join the military and die for the glorious state of Israel, or die invading Greenland in 2 years. Or you can essentially go to college and be in debt for the rest of your life. And then maybe one or two situationships or failed marriage are thrown in there, maybe a couple accidental kids. And that's really it. Then you die.
Yeah, like I'm not like thinking about it, it sucks. Like even those who are successful, it's like you still gotta work most of your life, you know what I mean? Like I mean successful as in those who go to college and they like get whatever degree, it's like you still gotta work like 30, 40 years. It's like I don't see like obviously you make more money and stuff and you have a better life, but like at the end of the day, we're all just gonna be working like 40, 50 years of our life for the rest of the like for the rest of our life, you know what I mean? It's like it sucks, like it's stupid. It really is. But here's the last video. It's pretty short, so
Y2K, 9/11, Hurricane Katrina and Sandy, H1N1 swine flu, the DC sniper, anthrax, monkeypox, bird flu, mad cow disease, the 2008 financial crisis, over 1,000 school shootings the year 2000, the January 6th attack, Spanish flu, Ebola, groceries unaffordable, rent and housing unaffordable, health insurance unaffordable, summers are getting hotter, winters are getting colder, aliens have been confirmed to be real, the Deepwater Horizon oil spill, Afghanistan, Iraq, and Russian and Ukraine war, SARS, Zika virus, Malaysian Airlines flights that disappeared, the Maui wildfires that were never explained, the opioid epidemic, Flint water crisis, COVID-19, the world is being run by evil billionaires and politicians, and now World War III.
yeah, so not gonna lie. Kind of crazy life so far, you know what I mean? I don't even know like most of these things. Maybe I'm just unknowledgeable about it, or maybe I wasn't old enough because I'm on the younger end of Gen Z. But just the fact that we don't really talk about these horrible things like that anymore, it kind of shows you how things so easily get brushed under the rug, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's interesting, and you gotta add World War III to that list because of current times going on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace out, YouTube.